totally understand the fact that most of times we are all doing our own thing. We are all trying to run because we always believe that we can pull this on by ourselves, So by the end of the day, we want to understand one thing. It's easier to get together. It's easier to build a solid block if you're all on the same page. It doesn't matter at what part of the network you are. You may be at the center, you may be at the periphery, but if you all bunched up together, we could be as strong as ever. They've been able to divide us with all kinds of instruments of division, because what the world has known to do to our race is the divide and rule approach, whereby they divide you so they can conquer you. So unless we just start looking at the possibility of collaborating together, then they'll still have the edge over us. And we are in a whole different era today, which is the technology era. This is even more demanding because the technology okay, I think the video just came on. Okay, let's listen to that video, please.
This chart to me represents beautiful, educated, moneyed Black people all over America. It could represent Black organizations. It could represent Black churches. It could represent Black social and civic organizations. And what you will notice about these beautiful Black people all over America is that everybody is doing their own thing, caught up in a Eurocentric value of rugged individualism, having forgotten that it takes a village to raise a child. There is no power here, brothers and sisters. There is no power here. Power is most effective concentrated. You can take a 55-gallon drum of water, spill it over, it will disperse, find its own level, and eventually evaporate. You can take that same 55-gallon drum of water, put it under pressure, put a lid on it, put a hose in it, put a nozzle on the end of that hose, and it can cut concrete. There is no power with us being disconnected. See, there's nothing wrong with dispersion. I live in Cleveland, you live in Atlanta. We have folk in the Caribbean, we have folk in Africa. That's dispersion. That's okay, but we do not have to be disconnected. We are a disconnected people. We are powerless in disconnection. This is where all the power is. You see? This is where all the power is. Whether you are at the center of your own network or part of someone else's network, this is where the power is. There's a beautiful, beautiful African proverb that says, when spiders unite, they can tie up a lion. When we connect, because we are disconnected, we're disconnected from those of like mind. We're disconnected from the best practices in our community. I don't care what it is that you want to do, what profession you want to engage in, what business you want to get into. I can introduce you to brothers and sisters all over America they are doing it to death. You just don't know who they are. You are disconnected from them. There is no power in disconnection. Okay? When we connect, we prevent interlopers from coming into our communities and taking and destroying at will. Hi, George. Try to open up the Booker T. Washington delicatessen in Chinatown and see what happens. So we must connect. We must connect the dots. That must be the movement for our people in the 21st century. We need a lot of us doing a little instead of a few of us doing a lot. We need to get together to get ahead.
That's the whole idea, man. Thank you very much for that short video. And those of us that have been following this collaborative session, we all appreciate what that video speaks about, because at the end of the day, we must connect. We've been running around individually on silos for the past ages, and we're still struggling. So you can't keep solving an old situation problem, a new problem with an old approach, And the good thing about it is that technology has really brought in a whole lot of leverage. Technology has given everybody a good way to start almost at the same pedestal, because after COVID, a whole lot of applications have had to be thought of because things are done differently. How school is being done differently, how we learn is different, how we buy and sell is different. A lot of opportunities that were there are no more right now. So if we don't evaluate the contemporary situation and appreciate the difference and the opportunities created, we're still going to have the back end of the deal. And there's no way we can sit back and expect to change when we don't do stuff differently. So we created this platform, the Alliance of Pan-African Organizations, and seek collaboration from similar organizations with similar plans and intention. We are driven by the need to expose every opportunity created by Black folks in technology, and equally highlighting the kind of solutions they've been able to bring together. So it's very important everybody sit back and not just complain about COVID, the problem of lockdown. It's all about what are you thinking about? How can you identify an opportunity out of the whole situation that we all think is all negative? It's not all negative. Right now, a lot of opportunities have been created. Technology has come to the border. It was during COVID that Paystack sold for $2 million to Stripe. It was during COVID that Wave raised $200 million and is now valued at $1 billion, which is big deal. So a lot of our brothers are creating a lot of solutions. Those that are not even mentioned right here. But if you don't know about it, there's not much you can really do about it. So it's very important we look at that, identify the opportunities created. If I'm doing a small business, what do I need to be more competitive and adaptive? If I'm running a school program, how do I reach out to folk that don't have to pay their way across the country, come and live in a dormitory just to learn? Is there any way they could access the same education remotely using technology infrastructure? Even those of us that are looking at investing, we all build houses, build hotels, but at the end of the day, the dynamics have changed. The tourism industry is taking a big hit. So what do we need to now repurpose our investment to be sure that we're going to stay competitive and still make decent money? And how about going for the big break in the digital industry, which is booming like crazy, than still trying to invest on the traditional point of investment? So this is all why we thought it's important to bring this information to folks anywhere you are. Our program is actually to help brothers in Africa continent, help brothers in the Caribbean, help our brothers in America with 1.3 trillion investment capacity to repurpose their investment, all in a bid to drive a high-level collaboration based on information to be able to reap tenfold instead of reaping twofold with regular investment in properties. I'm not saying properties is not trending, but there's a new sheriff in town. The big buck companies are all tech companies. We all agree that the last 12 months, the biggest 5 digital entrepreneurs, the Amazon, the Facebook, the Microsoft, the Apple, have reaped in $1 trillion. And right now, we know that there was no single African company in the list that declared that amount of profit. So if we keep on doing what we've been doing, then we still end up being on the wrong end of the deal. So I crave the indulgence of our listeners to be able to share what we're talking about, create opportunity to invite other brothers to come into this discussion that might have product, that might have technology innovation to be able to share with it. Once again, I'm logging in. I'm hosting this show somewhere in Macon, Georgia, which is about an hour away from where I used to do my traditional show. And I'm in transit. I'm excited to be doing this on the road, which tells us that the world has changed. A few months ago, this would not have been possible, but today We're sitting right here, doing it right on the road. So I welcome everybody once again to the platform. And I want us to be quite contributory and share our ideas on what we know where the world is and how can we really drive the whole idea of collaboration. What has really been missing, in our society. When I say society, is not limited to the continent of Africa, it's the Black communities all over the world. We share the same problem, we share the same intimidation, we share the same racial experience anywhere we go. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where you come from, because when they see you in China, you're treated like a Black guy. When you see you in America, it's the same stuff you have to deal with. So why don't we bond with each other, create that strong bond that cannot be broken? So I'm going to just open the microphone and encourage all of us to keep this interactive. How can we drive this level of collaboration amongst us so we can forge ahead? And please make sure that you share, you subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Alliance for Pan-African Organization, as well as try to download our traditional application, which is the ViaNile, which is powering this session. So I welcome anybody to take me on a question, drive me on a comment, because I feel of that situation. If I am aware of what you're thinking and what part of it you don't understand, I'll be glad to contribute in that line. So in that line, the microphones are open. I'll be glad to share with any of us that feels something we think is important, we know, and we can repurpose this session in that direction. You can actually use the reaction button on Zoom to just hit me up, lift your hands, and I can see that from my end, and get you to use the microphone and contribute. But for now, my microphones are open. I'm sorry, you guys. I apologize for my background. Again, I'm in transit. Anybody that has something to say? Well, I'll review my content in a minute. Anyway, okay, Ken, you have the microphone, bro. Hello, Ken? You got the microphone. Anyway, I want to throw more light on the vehicle that is powering this session again. I thank the developers of the ViaNile.com platform, which is available in app stores for both Android and iPhones. ViaNile, it's a business and a social networking application that embodies the functionalities of Facebook and Amazon and much more. So we're driving a process because we have a robust economic strategy that will uplift all of us to all buy into ViaNile.com. With ViaNile, you are able to create your stores, you're able to place your item on the marketplace, you're able to develop your digital business card, which is called the QR code, which is trending, where you can put up anywhere on your vehicle, on your tables in your restaurant. You can put them on doors, you can put them on billboards, where people could easily pick up your contact and go straight to do business with you. And again, ViaNile is committing 75% of its profit to support the people of African descent wherever they are in the world. I have not seen any company organization with this philosophy, because if we could just do a profit of $1 billion, which is on the horizon, highly projected in a few months of putting this together, I bet you $750 million can change the story of the Black race anywhere. And it's important you become part of the founding members of ViaNile.com, because that automatically gives a place to be one of the major beneficiaries in terms of programs and projects that you may try to bring up. We will not limit this to just that founding members, but that founding members will still remain the implementation committee of most of the programs that are brought in by others. So you want to create the affiliate link and ensure that you are fully on there as the founding members. Make sure you invite at least 10 people A lot of people are now chasing 500 to 100, 200 people on the different affiliate link network. We all need to do that. And I want to equally highlight another purpose of a magnetic functionality that ViaNile is bringing up. ViaNile is working on activating his voice over IP and video streaming features, which will be pretty ready very soon. And we all agree to the fact that everything is not gone on streaming. Traditional televisions are struggling to survive, and it's all a matter of time. They all migrate. They've all created a VPN to be able to stream most of their programs now. So if you have a streaming platform, you can imagine what we all pay for streaming anywhere we are. We can be sure that you will be competitive with any company. So we're just at the right point in the ballpark. And between everybody on this network, we are ahead of the game in many ways. We are going for every dollar that the big 5 companies have been monopolizing for the past 15 years. They've not seen any major challenge, and I bet you ViaNile is coming to do that. That's why we see collaboration of people of African descent. I'll just take a little bit of this time to tell a little bit about ViaNile. The world is projecting that Africa will project 50% of the global workforce. And this can only be achieved if we massively train the young folks of Africa. You got to know that Africa has over 65% people under the age of 30. That is an asset if properly put to use. We all agree with that. And if we don't do something to train that population, I can as well tell you that could be both our greatest undoing, because that same workforce can automatically become the biggest liability and a very, very volatile demographics to deal with in the continent. So people in leadership is important. We acknowledge this importance. And ViaNile provides a major training platform for all of the emerging skill sets, from digital marketing to agile frameworks to data analytics to cybersecurity. We all know that these are all trending, high-paying jobs, and we are underrepresented right now in the global workforce in terms of these emerging skill sets. So we can turn this around by embracing the deployment that we just spoke about, which provides a framework for training. It provides financial instruments to support most of these training platforms, as well as support the young folks to access this training with little or nothing from them. Already we know the status of most of the young people in the continents, they're all preoccupied with just survival. Now we cannot just assume stuff will change if we don't do stuff to get it changed. So I totally appreciate that mindset, and I still look forward to contributions from anybody who has a contribution to make. So for me, I'm committed to this. I appreciate what the ViaNile group has put up, and I want us to share in this and see how we can all collaborate with similar applications, be them digital, be them in any other form of product or service, so we can actually get this to the next level. So I appreciate Eric Gantz. I see you here today, Muhammad Kabar. Thank you for being part of the show, Manuel. So I will appreciate us to keep this interactive. And for whoever is in a good position to turn on this video, that would be really nice. So, because right now, I see the alone on the entire YouTube platform, YouTube will not pick you up if you are not on video. So if you are pretty comfortable, Collins, I'd love to hear from any of you. Unmute your microphone. I see it. If you unmute your microphone, I'll give you the time to contribute on this discussion. It's not supposed to be a one-way discussion. It's supposed to be an interactive session. So please feel good, feel free to unmute your microphone, and you have the microphone to yourself. All right, Eric Gantz, man, what's up, my brother? Thanks for the ride earlier. I just came from a show with Eric Gantz. We just stopped over together to host the show. You got the microphone, my brother.
Thank you so much, Coco, man, for the opportunity to be able to speak, man. So, one of the things I'm doing on the platform that I've been bringing my team on for the drop shipping and more of setting up the store, man. Could you just give me a little more emphasis on setting up the store and things of that sort, so I can just be able to get back with my team today, let them know a little more information on what's going on we have about 3 different stores that we're going to be setting up and things of that sort. And if you can just kind of abbreviate, some more of that, so I can have that sent back to my people.
Yeah, my brother. I wish we were sitting on the laptop, but no, we're all in the same atmosphere. We cannot access the laptop. But setting up the store is the easiest thing. It takes you barely 5 minutes to set up a store. Like I said, these are all the advantage that this platform has, and just offered us all this platform, this advantage for free. But it's left for us to take advantage of it. Setting up the store is as easy as just clicking on the store functionality on the application, and you'll see where it says create a store. But you can actually just create one store with one account. So once you log in and create the store, you're going to choose the category of the store you want to create and the kind of product you want to carry. Then in another few minutes, the back-end support system will evaluate the process and approve the stores. And I want to say Spotify is asking for something bucks, but right now creating a store on ViaNile is free. And you can actually boost your store using the functionalities on the platform to showcase your store in prominence. So based on the kind of boost you set up, you could easily figure out how to do that. And as a matter of fact, this something just came up. The QR code functionality that was available for group and business network has now been deployed, activated for the store functionality. And the QR code is what I refer to as the digital business card of your business, just like carrying your hard copy business card. That's what the QR code does. If you click open your store, automatically the system generates a QR code for you. And this QR code will help you always stay in business and connected to your clients. So you will never lose an opportunity to communicate and provide your direct source to your store. So we encourage store owners to take advantage of this. Facebook don't have this functionality. YouTube don't have this right now. They will try to catch up very soon, because I know that this functionality is really good to help people stay in contact. Nobody will ever make a misspelling of your URL just trying to find you on the web. Direct scanning with a QR code, educate your users to just download a free QR code application in the app stores and scan your QR code, and that takes you there. So Eric, once again, to your question, these are all functionalities that we put together to give us the edge. So go create your store, get your folks to create the store. I'm always there for your backup support. And if there's any problem to put your products on, the product has to be of certain sizes to be able to fit, so we can actually manage the space so people don't just throw excessive size of product on the platform. You create the store to do that. In terms of dropshipping, that's not something you like to hype out all over the place, but that's something you could actually educate you on the back end on how to manage that, because there's a whole lot of discrepancy from shippers and all that stuff right now. So we don't want to really highlight that as a major focus. But creating a store is as simple as just logging in, creating your store, get approval on the back end, and straight up put your product. And in 2 hours, you're up and running. The stores are free, and the times will be available to you once your store is approved. They will provide you the times of the store and how the system works with you. But right now, we are really focusing on people creating the stores. We're really focused on people buying from those stores. We're really focused on people because those that have stores have all belong to a particular admin group. If you have a store, business, network, group as an admin or page admin, you all belong to a particular group on ViaNile that helps us educate people on how to use the platform. So look for that group on ViaNile and automatically join that group if you're not already on it, because you're supposed to be there by default. So once you create that admin, where you create that store functionality, you want to get on that platform. And so any question you ask and support you need, you will easily get on that group on vianile.com. So do that. I appreciate that. I know we're talking about creating this. We've seen a lot of groups. We just migrate most of those groups to this platform. They make it. This is for us, and I think the philosophy behind it is awesome. It stands to promote Outraise and support Outraise and develop Outraise. So Collins, I'm giving you opportunity. You want to say something, Collins? You got a microphone, Collins? You can unmute yourself and contribute, my brother.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Coco. Yes, real quick. I don't know if you could just take us through the business registration functionalities, if you have it now, because I think a couple of my friends are having difficulty going through the process. So if you could take us through it a bit, and let's see how to create your business on the business network. I think that would be helpful.
Just like the store, the business network works as a database for all businesses that are owned by us and every other business that is registered on the network, you know. So it's basically, once you log in, you go to the tab that says Business Network on the platform. You can just go ahead and click on Create Your Business, and then you'll be able to choose the category and register on that platform, and automatically generate the QR code, which you could equally use to share to your friends as a digital business card. Also, once you do that, you are given an opportunity to put the website of the business on that. There's a space that accommodates a website, and whereby people could actually go to your website from your business network page on ViaNile. So that's something you want to really encourage your friends to do. So anybody who wants to find their businesses within a particular location could easily just search for their business on that same page and locate them. So it gives you the opportunity to have your digital business card and also put your business out there directly from the platform, where people just click on your website address, and that takes them straight to your business. So I don't know if I answered your question.
You answered it really perfect. Whilst you were saying it, I was trying to figure it out, and then it's as you were saying it. And then I see there is a place you choose the time, and then the time business is open and business is closed. You know, it's really good.
Thank you.
Really good. It's really good.
That's pretty cool too. I think those time zones, because we have our brothers spread out in different hemisphere and different time zones. So you just have to choose the time zone that actually relates to your location, and you can just go ahead and make that available. And there's other function right there we will need people to really embrace, which is the delivery function. And this, we want to encourage people in logistic business to register their logistic business, because right now there are a whole lot of people who need logistic support for delivery. So we encourage folks to go and register in those, use those functionality. Let's drive our friends that have these functionalities, be it a small-time delivery company or a big-time logistic company. Let them just go and register, so we can start matching shops with these logistic companies to be able to make. That's why I think this platform is pretty very integrated and very, very, I don't think there's anything you can find I won't find in it, because if we can match people who are manufacturing with stores, we can match stores with delivery partners. I don't think there's any comprehensive application like this out there at the moment. So it's left for us, like I keep saying, you can truly drive a cow to the stream, but making a cow to drink out of the stream is actually the choice of how motivated that cow is. So we have done a part, and we know that we're going to get there sooner than later with the collaboration of people like you guys that have really seen that this is a solution that has a place in the post-COVID era. And I bet you can't go wrong, because times of change, you have to figure out how you could be adaptive, how you could put your place out, business out there. You know, I can never miss a business because of one reason or the other. So that's what we really leverage on, and see that if we are competing with the five big tech companies, then we have to come up with something a little more. And with what we got in place, you know, then we're not in doubt that we're going to really get it done. Okay? Any other question, Collins, on that? Hello, Collins. Are you there?
I'm here. That is fine, my brother. I'm still going through the webpage, the platform, and then any difficulty, I'll just let you know, and then you quickly explain to me.
Okay, I'd like some feedback from you because I know you're one of the regulars. You're really driving the whole process pretty well. How can we drive collaboration? I know you're in Ghana, am I right?
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay. How can we really see? Because I've been with Ghanaians in America. In fact, I have a Ghanaian in-law. But for some strange reason, we've not always been the best of collaborators. And now it's either you either collaborate or disappear. How can we really buy the confidence of people from your end, not just Nigerians, not just all of the African countries, because we all share one little issue that makes us think we're a little different, but I know that we're not really different. How can we drive the process of bring out collaboration amongst each other? Even the Black folks too seem not to have a very good way of accessing we Africans. So there is this issue between people in Africa among themselves, and there's this other issue coming out into the Western world. We find out that there's a whole different mindset and thinking. So how can we drive this process based on the little you know and the experience you probably have had?
Well, this question is quite strange, but talking from my perspective and from my point of view, my country, mostly, I mean, we are polarized. The way we think is very, very polarized. People are not ready to go the hard way, and we would not even say participating in ViaNile is hard. But people are they want it ready-made. They want it already made. They just want to come on board and just enjoy what they think they can enjoy. They don't want to put in much effort. You see, that is the problem I see from our side. Education, yes, people are ready to learn, but they only learn when they feel they trust you. That is where they give credence to whatever you see, you say. So me, most of it, I have friends who have introduced to the ViaNile. I think one of them even called me this afternoon and was asking of how to use the affiliate network. Because initially he thought the affiliate was, adding people, friends from the ViaNile platform. And automatically when you get 10 people, you qualify to be a committed member. And I told him, no, you have to go through the affiliate, get your link and send your link to people. So if you get people like this, then you are sure of people coming on board. But where many people sort of, I don't know what they think, whether they think it is conning, whether they don't believe it is real, or whether they think we can't get there. That is our major problem. You see, if people are able to trust you to lead them, then I believe they are able to come on board. But mostly our people, I don't know why. I don't know the mentality of the continent.
No, I see, Colin, let me even help you. Because I don't ask a question I don't have an answer for. You are very much on point. That's just the nature of how they made us think about each other. They divided a whole continent with imaginary boundaries and now further divided us with all kinds of languages. And now went ahead to drive that down with a whole bunch of different religions. And then, so even your brother in the same household feels there's a whole lot of difference between you. And also, I think, there's one phrase I like using: anonymity is the key in driving technology. You see, because saying, oh, I know these technologies, I'm involved in it, makes them automatically validate that technology based on what they know about you. But if it was some white folk, after all, when people throw their content, put all their lives on Facebook and on all these other platforms, they don't know who owns those platforms. And the mere fact that they don't know who owns those platforms get them excited because there's, it magnifies the whole picture behind it. So, I think that's just what it is. So you don't just want to look at people very close to you because they'll be the last adopters. But in this case, it's very important we have them on board because they stand to benefit. The first set of people that will own businesses that will be supported by the 75% investment opportunity profit from ViaNile will be those that are the founding followers who believed on it when we just started like we just did. So it's a little difficult when you look down the road, and because your friends, your brothers, they refuse to appreciate the fact that you brought this whole idea to them and decided to play down on its value and did not jump on it. Go and look at the story of Facebook, look at the story of all the other platforms. That's how they evolve. Technology has, the projections has never gone wrong unless where the actual originators or the innovators with proper system thinking to think of all the value proposition that comes with them. So I understand that. I want to go to Eric. Eric, man, we were just talking about something, man. I want to unmute your phone, Eric. You know, Eric, are you there? I want to unmute
Yes,
your
I'm
phone,
here.
my brother. Okay, Eric, you know, we're just talking about on the way to where we're at right now, and about how we find it that women folks are more given to embracing something new. They're looking out for new challenges. That is especially where we are right here in the Western world. I think women folks are more driven and more motivated to appreciate the consciousness of the continent, the consciousness of brothers creating new solutions. What do you think is behind this situation? I know you know what I'm saying. We're just speaking about that in the car.
Well, I think it's a lot of things when you think about it here on coming out of America, man. I mean, I think they have put the brother in a different space, man. And you know, right now we're chastised. Of course, we're all over TV about the brutality. We don't have the opportunities here, you know, that the women have. I think the women are moving in spaces where they have major opportunities here. It's set up like that in America as the space. So I think the women are very adapted to who I'm speaking to about the platform. They're very open to it. But at the same time, I want to bring my brothers on, man. I mean, I'm trying to get them to understand exactly what's going on, to think more visually when it comes to technology and things of that sort, and don't follow the passive of what people already have out there. Especially we have something that we're bringing for ourselves, by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Through the continent. So, you know, I'm a big believer on pushing something that's definitely coming out the black and brown space. I think they modifying all our technology right now and using all our talents and everything on the other channels. And I think that this opportunity right here with ViaNile gives us a space to really own something and monetize what we're actually doing and really get some competitive edge about it and really, you know, be able to quantify what we do. I mean, we have so many people that's out here that have 2 million, 5 million followers, man. And it's just not being monetized in this space. I think Vietnam is a perfect opportunity to be monetized and to get the same luxury of being able to touch the continent of Africa and America together and bring that worldly vision to the people. I mean, you know how I feel about us as black men. I think we're dominant to the levels, and I think that people understand that. So, you know, the space is here, man. That's why I'm here on the platform, and I believe in what you have here. So, I'm gonna do everything I can do to push it and try to bring my brothers along too.
Sounds good. Sounds good, my brother. Eric, you know, I've been in America for 20-something years, going to 25 now. And I can say I met a bunch of black folks here, and we're not really far from it. The history of 400 years has a direct impact on what the black man has been taught to in America. But how can we get around to let black folks appreciate the fact that we live in different times, and now that with technology we can leverage on each other and make this difference and make it work for all of us? How can we do that being a homeborn, absolutely having lived through 3 or 4 generations where you had your auntie directly as the secretary to the great Martin Luther King, and you've seen 2 or 3 generations pass through, and you've not been really impacted by this because since you're going out there identifying with all possibilities, like we just came from a community program when it has to do with voters registration and voter suppression. So tell me what you've seen going through these generations and this history behind you.
Well, I mean, you know, we could talk about that all day. I mean, it's so many different perspectives when you think about where the generation is going and where the people are going. One thing I can say, if we to keep it on the vibe now, I think everything is technology wise. I mean, I think we can do so many things. Like we're having this meeting right now, even though we was on the road, we was able to stop and prepare for this meeting at such a short time. I think everything is global. I think that everything is changing so dynamically in front of our face. It's drastically changing. I mean, especially with the pandemic and different things, we're coming off almost a 2 years of being sheltered and locked in. So, like I said, I mean, just to express the feelings about everything is technology based. I think we have the opportunity, and you don't want to pass on the opportunity. You know, it's something that you have right here, Coco. I think it's very moving because you have so many different elements into one space, and that's what I like about this application. There's so many elements combined into one space, and that's what makes it magnification. So, you know, I'm here to make sure I can look at everything, been checking out everything, then see how I can help you. You know, help out and let you know what's going on. I mean, that's who I am, and that's what I believe in. I mean, that's the only way that we're gonna change the values. Period. Is, you know, information and knowledge is the key, and that's what I believe in.
Thanks, bro. So we totally agree that with technology and the current situation globally, everything mindset being changed, we should be able to drive our brothers out of the hood to jump on us, those on the main street as well, to appreciate the fact that there's a whole new stuff on the table that we can all leverage on. The world has become global, and we don't just have to struggle on our own, you know. 400 years ago, I totally agree, there was no communication. Black folks were not even allowed to read or write. But today, as you wake up, you have an alert on anything happening anywhere in the world. So I'm sure that will really change. But I believe that with what we're doing, we're going to create a whole new opportunity for people to appreciate and leverage on and see the fact that it's all a win-win for everybody. So thank you for your contribution. Appreciate that, my brother. Anytime, man. You know, I got your back and you got my back. Thanks, man. So please, let's hit the subscription button on our YouTube channel and share our content, because I think it's pretty educative and motivating, so that brothers could understand that there's a whole new way to approach stuff, you know. When we see families broken, we see our women now struggling as breadwinners, and this is equally hitting hard on our brothers. This is something we need to tell them. Get up and own a shop on ViaNile. Get up and start a blog on ViaNile, and get up and do a group based on anything, even if it's a homeless group. Create it out there. We can actually find a way to support those groups and put people back on the feet. So that's the whole essence of collaboration. So it's not just about being able to develop a technology solution, but if you can just make up your mind, it's okay, from today, I'm going to start collaborating, I'm going to start contributing on a digital platform owned by us for us, then I think that will all take a whole different dimension. I have my brother here, African what? I don't know what's up with you, my brother. You want to just throw in something on this discussion too?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, King Coco, for that. Yeah, it's always wonderful to, like Eric said there just now. You know, we can talk on this all day, and it will not be enough. You see, so basically, and like what Colin said as well, it's very, very important that we understand what this is all about. We need to understand it, you know, before we can, you know, actually decide to push forward. We need to understand that we are actually working towards the same goals, you see, the development of Africa at the end of the day. And Africa, you see, when we use Africa, the term or the name Africa, that loosely connotes everybody of African descent. So whether you're in Africa, whether you are in the Africa diaspora, so you are in Europe, you are in America, you're in the Caribbean, you're in Asia, wherever you are, so long as you are a person of African descent, you see, you are the catchment we're talking about. We're talking some 1.5 billion strong. That is the primary focus of this platform. So the alliance, the Alliance of Pan-African organizations. There's a lot that anybody can do about that. So much. I think one very important area that people haven't really focused on so far is probably about bringing on groups. You have a group, or about the group is about Pan-Africanism, it's about African growth, whatever it is about, so long as it concerns Africa. And like you said there, King Coco, even if it's any kind of group that you have an interest in, bring it on. There are so many platforms, so many features on ViaNile that you can use to disseminate this kind of information. So imagine, say, you have an organization or a group, and you bring it on the ViaNile platform. You can start educating people. You can start enlightening people. So at the end of the day, if you are an avid reader, you want to go see a regular blog, and those are features, just some of the features that are on ViaNile. So if somebody from a group or an individual takes that up and decides to start writing, that is a sure way of disseminating your information. And you want to educate people, you want people to get on board, you want people to understand where we are going. Somebody can take that up, or people can take that up. And I assure you, you will get, if it's a daily or weekly or monthly, whatever kind of periodic write-ups you want to put up, or even if it's just random, you will definitely get the avid readership. So that is very important. That say, the blog feature, that is one very, very on the what's the word now? That's something that's not too hit upon, not too highlighted. You see, and that is something that can be very, very helpful for everybody. Because if you write a blog today and it's interesting, I bet you people are going to watch it, read it, and it's just like the other side of that is like a video. So if you have a video, you put it up on YouTube, for instance, yeah, there are some people that actually like to watch videos. They prefer to watch videos than to read. But there are also others that prefer to read. You see, so you that way you are hitting both sides of any divide. And at the end of the day, we are looking at things that pull us together, things that draw us together, that unite us. We need to be united in our focus. We need to understand that our goals are the same. Once we understand that, then of course it will be easy for us to come together, because then we know that everything we are doing is going to work towards driving that goal, driving us closer, that bit closer every second that passes towards achieving our goals. So that is one feature I just thought I'd mention, and encourage. We should encourage ourselves. We should encourage everybody. It's not just about us per se. It's about everybody that's of African descent. Encourage your family. That driving force from the family. The family is the strongest bond or unit you can get in any African society. So it is the African family that makes up the communities. Like Dr. Fraser said there, it takes a village to raise a child. You see, those values, those strong values of African people, we should not forget them. They are very important. They are things that we should imbibe in our lives, push forward to the future generations, and live it every day. That way, it's easier for us to achieve our goals. We'll come together, like his famous last line is always that we need to come together to get ahead. So that's exactly what we need to do. Come together, understand where we're going, focus on our unity, get there together. And if we move together, we'll definitely get there faster. So thank you very much, King Coco.
Can you muted yourself? I think you're muted.
Even me, I found out that there's so many features on that application that I still find very, very brand new. And so I'll want to encourage everybody to click on their profile picture on that application and step-by-step study extra functionalities that are not even seated on the tab on the main screen, on the login screen of the application. Because you're going to find your blog, you're going to find your chat, you're going to find a whole lot of stuff on it. You're going to find a whole lot of, you're going to find help. You're going to find how to boost your advert. You're going to find how to invite your friends. You're going to find how to create an announcement. So the features are just so awesome. And I bet you it will take a long time to know, because the people look at ViaNile when they see Facebook, say, whoa, oh, that's not Facebook. Hell no. We were ahead of Facebook. We're all different from Facebook. We're giving you more because we know that we have to give them a good run for all the monopoly they've had. So we had to come up with a whole lot of features. So check out most of these features, your account setting, click on it and see that you can change your password. You could do a whole lot. So at all times, you can use the help to find out more functionality that are on the login screen. You want to go straight up to your profile, hit that profile button, and the drop-down menu that's going to open there is almost 12 or 15 drop-down menus. You could do a whole lot. You can manage your ad, you could create your ad, you could, on the chat functionality. This brings me to a whole new activation that just happened last week on ViaNile. I don't know, in the last 3 weeks, ViaNile backend has brought in a whole different level of capabilities that you won't find everywhere at the same time. They just activated the QR code function for the stores. It's already there for the business network. It's already there for your group network. Then they brought the boom, a whole different one, which is what we call the emergency or panic button, which is, like I keep saying, technology has not really changed. It's how you apply technology that has changed. It's a functionality that is embedded in a typical tracking application like Google, but the ViaNile administrators that activated that to serve as an emergency button where you could use to track the children if they're on the platform. And we're looking at making it a very global functionality where everybody could use it to activate their location and send that to preset numbers or preset profiles on the link to be able to know where they're at. People go skiing in these icy situations, and the ice comes and covers people. As long as you have your phone and you have connection, you should be able to send your location to the nearest emergency unit. We're looking at collaborating with emergency organizations, security organizations, to be able to use this functionality to the best of its ability. Because if we can locate where you are and then able to track in case you're being moved from one place to the other, then the time for response for you to be saved or assisted in any situation you are is cut by over 50%. So I want you guys to check out that functionality. If you hit your chat function, on your chat function, you're going to see I'm here, the 2 tabs are there. I am here, I'm coming, or something. I need to just look at it again. That functionality can save your life, can save your children's life, can highlight where they are, can serve your delivery person to be able to know your location at ease. So these are functionalities that have just been activated, and just under 24 hours ago, the QR code has just been activated for the store. So you can use all these functionalities. They're there for you to use them. So I understand when people just think, because we're not really given to adapting to change easily, we always want to resist change. They say, oh, it's Facebook. Hell no. There's a lot more that you can do on this application that you wouldn't find in different applications on one app. So I'll take this as a point to be noted. I will keep highlighting these opportunities for people to appreciate it and try to make use of them, because it's of no use if you have the finest car with all the power under the hood and you're not pushing it. So we want people to enjoy this solution. And we know that once all these situations are brought to prominence and people get to understand what they're all for, then it's a home run. But it's good to now jump on board and bring your friends on board so they can be actually part of the first 1 million folks that ever invited 10 people. I see a lot of people with 5, I see a lot of people with 6. You have not yet been there. If you let others that just get on board to invite more than 10 people before you, these numbers are running very high. I cannot put it out here today, but it's important we all step up again and do the needful. You have a problem creating an affiliate link, please send us a message. Go to any of the groups that you join, Ask King Coco. You can go to any other group, the Pan-African group. Please join these groups. We are driving at something very, very different. We're driving at a situation that will change the narrative for a very long time to come. So we're not about to just slip and let folks that are not really close by us take advantage of these functionalities and these benefits. We need to take them first. So that's just what it is on that. And I'm still open to any other interaction. Emmanuel, where you log in from, you want to unmute your phone if you're in the mood to talk and let us know what you think about. Are you on ViaNile? But meanwhile, hit the subscription button on our YouTube channel because you want to create one of the largest following on YouTube to be able to help people that will come after us with products, with technology innovations, with applications to find a way to bring everybody to see it quick and use it to monetize it as well. So, Mohammed, are you still there? What's up, my brother? How's London? Is Mohammed there with us? So we keep it real. We appreciate those of us that have always been part of this show, and we're going to keep it going as long as we can because we think it's just the right thing to do. So please introduce us, share this with all other Pan-African platforms that they can all migrate what they do on those platforms and come on board ViaNile because you're still going to do it anywhere. So why don't you do it with us? So it's very good. We all build something we can claim to own together and actually see how we leverage on it for the benefit of everybody. Ken, how you doing, bro? You still on it with us? You want to say something? Your microphone is open for everybody. This is a more relaxed show. I am in my most mode. So, Emmanuel, have the microphone.
Yeah, sorry, I'm actually at work now, so I just stepped out to join to listen. So, but I stepped out to just talk. I don't really have anything to say. I'm still getting to understand and feel the vibe. Yeah, is something that, like you have just said, we're in the digital world, and we need to think of something we can do out of the ordinary. Yeah, I live here in Sweden. I'm actually in Sweden right now, and yeah, so but I don't think, yeah, because I'm working right now, so I can't really speak for long. So, but as the whole process go on, yeah, definitely we'll all get to speak and then probably share whatever ideas we have. I like the fact that somebody mentioned about videos and write-ups because not like for me, I prefer video. It's I did my master's program in Dalarna University here in Sweden, and they lacked a lot of information on their website. I happen to be one of the persons that advised them to put up videos, videos and rather than just write-ups, because some people prefer to watch video and easily understand when they watch videos. So I like that idea the person shared is something, yeah, that one needs that needs to be added or that needs to be put up for people to get to understand. Yeah,
Well,
this is a little
Emmanuel,
contribution I can have now.
thank you very much. Thank you, Emmanuel. Yeah,
Yeah.
you see, with technology, I'm talking to you in Sweden. I'm in Atlanta. I have my people in Ireland. I have my friend in Nigeria. I have their part in Ghana. So this goes to tell you that the world has changed in a way that we have to brace up. We have to step up our level of awareness and thinking to look at the new ways to benefit from it. Because people created Zoom. You know what Zoom did? 3 months into COVID-19, Zoom moved from 10 million users monthly to 200 million users monthly. And that's money in the bank. You know what I'm saying? They did not have to build a new infrastructure. They just need to increase their capacity to do this. And actually, like you said about videos, this is a knowledge people need to understand. The world has moved from the world of hard copy to the world of digital write-up, and the world has further moved to a virtual, more of a show wall, not type. You know what I'm saying? The wall is more of a visual wall. That's the right term to put it. So this really helps people do what they gotta do. So we totally understand the benefit and the importance of what you're talking about. And that's why ViaNile was created, not just as a talk platform. It's more of a show. But we even push it beyond showing to selling, you know, because if you advertise in a lot of platforms today, or most of the time you just advertise to sell, but to show. But now you have to be able to monetize groups, you have to be able to monetize pages, you have to be able to help stores have access digitally, which is being adaptive. So the language today is adaptation. Companies that are able to adapt quickly will survive in the new post-COVID era. But if you are stuck in trade with the traditional ways of doing stuff, then chances are that you will be left behind, or you might find smaller companies buying you over. I can tell you what's happening today in the airline industry. A company like Amazon is buying off planes and removing the seats and throwing them away and converting them to cargo planes. Because there's more cargo, people are not moving as much, but they're still buying as much. So now you have to be able to provide a lot of delivery functionalities to a logistics company. He's offering people brand new Mercedes-Benz buses, vans, to be able to deliver more product. So in the course of discussion, what is the next industry? Packaging industry. This is awesome industry to look at because people are no longer walking to the shops, so warehouses are being empty, stores are staying empty. But there's alternative created. What's that? Packaging. So if you want to go into business, look at packaging right now because there's a whole high demand for everybody who is delivering product to package it and deliver in a good condition. So this is all the kind of stuff we need to be talking about regularly because these are all new opportunities. Nobody could keep fooling each other. Nobody knows it all. Like I was speaking with somebody of very high value. I said, in contemporary society, situations have changed in such a way that some countries, especially in our continent, don't even have the right resource persons with the right knowledge and relationships to be able to educate our younger generation on emerging skill set, digital transformation, digital marketing, crypto investment, or creating crypto networks. And I want to tell you guys something. This demands a whole different approach to learning where they could access all this knowledge virtually, remotely, or online. And we have this mentality at home that says, oh, I don't know how to learn online. You don't have to learn. You don't know how to learn. Then you sit back and be dumb. And be dumb because nobody's going to come. You can't even afford to pay someone who could afford to earn $120,000 a year in America and doing what he does. And he's not going to come to Africa to do it for whatever value you have, where the money by the time you convert it is barely $10,000 annually for the same guy. So Africa must embrace a whole new thinking. Africa must embrace a whole new way of learning. Africa must encourage digital deployment that will create not just work opportunity, training opportunity to utilize most of the young ones that are being trained. I look at a country that says, oh, we are digitizing, where every ministry, department, and agency must digitize. Where's the workforce to support that? Unless you talk about the basic thing that's always been happening, you're not digitizing because you buy new computers and put them. It's about automation of processes, automation of engineering, the automation of virtually every aspect, integration and synchronization of database. You know, like the post 9/11 situation in America, where all the agencies had the same data, but they were not communicating. And the same guy that now took down the World Trade Center were just flying under the radar because everyone was running on a silo. Still the issue of collaboration. Until that made the country to now create the Homeland Department of Homeland Security, whose primary responsibility was to integrate all data available with all agencies and make them available to the same agencies. So we're all in at all different times right now. You know, it's not something you have to preach too hard. But those that are not willing to learn, we are on a pure different setup of learning, continuous learning. If you are not continuously learning, there's no way you can catch up. And not just that, there's a need to unlearn. I've never heard a phrase like that before, but lately I've come to understand there's something like unlearning, because you cannot approach a whole new era with an old framework. It's not going to work. You're not going to be competitive. You're going to be bought out in no time. So these are all situations that really come to play, and that's why we think what we're doing here is very important. It's not just about trying to drive one product, it's about trying to encourage everybody to take advantage of the knowledge and leverage on it. Every other race is doing that. The Indians were right positioned there when software development started. And today I can tell you that these guys are virtually taking over the entire global economy. We have that capacity. We have that skill set, basically having trained on different other areas. And the good thing is, today's situation does not require you to have studied mathematics, chemistry, physics, art, maths, and all those science courses. As a doctor, you could actually consult as an agile coach, because it's all about learning a whole different area. And again, we have a situation where you don't need to have gone to Harvard. You don't need to have gone to Seton Hall. You don't need to have gone to UCLA again. Nobody wants to see a degree. What certification and what can you do with your hands? With the right thinking, do you have it? If you know what they want, they're willing to pay that top dollar. So it gives us, especially from the part of the world we come from, where they used to downgrade and devalue our certificates, it has given us a whole new opportunity to be competitive. So you guys should go take advantage of it. That's what we do here. We're talking about actually educating our folks to know that they can leverage on the new situation where the world is like on a reset. Everybody is on the same pedestal. I like saying this. We all on your marks ready. Who takes off better wins the race. Nobody has an undue advantage over anybody anymore. So these are all stuff we need to look at, share this information, share with our kids, share with our family, so we can start talking differently. We can start looking at every situation differently and taking advantage of it. My microphone is still open. If you have something to train, we're running out of time. We just have barely another 10 minutes to round this up, and we'll be glad to still have contributions. I don't want to dominate this discussion alone. Knowledge is contributory. If I sit here giving out all I got and taking nothing back, I'll get depleted. I don't want to get depleted, so I like to get people to train stuff on me so we can always be on the same page. So if you unmute your microphone, I'll be glad to talk to you. Collins, you want to take advantage of what we're saying, man? What else? What are you taking away today, Collins, from this discussion?
Yes, I think you said it all. Technology now is the way to go. It's either you join or you'll be left behind. That's the truth. If you don't join, you'll be left behind. Let's take COVID, for instance. Within this short period, people who knew nothing about computers, people who knew nothing about cell phones are now beginning to learn something. Now people are coming home with their assignments. They are saying they are doing Zoom classes and all that. So this clearly shows that the world is evolving. The world is evolving. So I think we should all participate. We should all go with what is going on. I think ViaNile provides us with the best of solutions, the best of everything. You can never join technology and go wrong. You can never go wrong. People talk about agriculture, people talk about every other thing, but don't forget, even in agriculture, you need technology to move on. Who knew about GMO? Nobody knew about GMO until technology came to play. So you see, technology now is everything. And technology is the simplest way now to make something for yourself and the family. So I think technology is the way to go. So we should all embrace what is going on. We should all embrace currently what ViaNile is providing us. There are a lot of groups. There's the place where you even have to learn coding in the ViaNile platform. I mean, who gives you this? Come and learn, study, and help yourself and help your family. Wow, we should just come on board and then join the train, move with it. That is what is going to benefit us. That is what is going to change the narrative. We can't say there's no opportunity for us. The world, like you rightly said, now opportunity is there for everybody. Nobody is going to say there's no opportunity for me. I can't do anything. I have to go to Harvard, like you said. You don't have to go to anywhere to acquire knowledge. Now you can sit in your home and then acquire any knowledge that you want. So we should just embrace ViaNile. We should move with ViaNile. And I think at the right time, things will be better for everybody. So Coco, like every day I say, I do appreciate you every day. I do appreciate this particular fora you always bring us on board. I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful to everybody, my friends on the platform.
Let me just dive to what you just said, because people don't really understand the essence of technology, how it impacts. So I'm a farmer. What's my business with farming? You see, information has been at the forefront of making the difference of who fails, who succeeds. It's like a farmer that understands that this year is going to be a season of drought and does not really go ahead trying to, does really go ahead trying to plant well because it's a season of drought. And that is, you see, if you can synchronize the harvest, especially like we live in a society where the world is full. If you have the product as a farmer, and all the have citrus or oranges, and it's okay, we have a buyer that comes in once a week. We need to know everybody that is cultivating citrus or oranges. We need to synchronize a harvest to be able to pick up oranges on a particular day, because the pickup by the buyer is on a particular hour the next day. Because you want to make sure that your produce gets to the shelf in shops anywhere in the world to have enough shelf life for those that has to sell and buy. So this technology will help you register all the buyers. They equally register the amount of produce they can produce, and automatically the buyer can know, okay, I'm expecting how many tons from this location. I'm expecting how many tons of oranges from the other location, which means that if they're lifting those oranges to go to Europe or come to America, which is what happens from Mexico and all these places, they could now synchronize the harvest and the pickup. So this will now ensure that the level of waste during maximum harvest period is reduced by drastically. And this helps you get better output. You have to have much money to reinvest in production of more products. So you see, it is not rocket science. If only lit at all levels, we'll give a chance to those that understand what to bring in, what to train the farmers, and then how to apply and how to maximize the use of their productivity. Now, processing automation. How about even adding value? I just heard Ghana shut down selling raw cocoa outside. If farmer does not have information on the quantity of cocoa and where they are, and these are all functionalities that technology brings. And a lot of functions on ViaNile could help to build this network where farmers could actually just go in there, register the quantity of product, the location, and buyers could see the quantity coming out and put the you don't need to run the street trying to pull a bag of oranges looking for who to buy, because nobody knows what you get. So these are all situations that we all need to highlight if we have to transform all these different areas. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I think that we're really on the right path. We're ahead of the game. The collaboration is going to change a whole different level to inform us at all levels, be it in the rural areas, be it in the city, or what is available and what can be done. Okay, so I thank everybody for being part of this session. It's been exciting for me doing a show on the road. I'm really full on the road, and it's really interesting that we get this done, even when we're not sitting right behind the desk and we're pretty moving forward. So we look forward to doing this show again. The next show I'm probably going to jump on. I'm going to be doing it out of Africa, because I'm in Africa in the next few days, and I'm going to be doing this from a very rural place where I was probably born, and I'll be glad to share that environment and bring everybody up to speed. Let's share, let's subscribe to the show, let's share but we do let people get to understand and appreciate the contribution we put out there at this rate. And let's equally download the ViaNile. Let bring people up to speed on ViaNile. Join the African the Alliance for ViaNile African organization on ViaNile, so we can always keep up to speed and share the knowledge we all have to share. So once again, I thank you for giving me the patience, being patient with me to do the show. It might not have been the best environment, but I still see that awards out there. So I thank everybody. Let's keep doing pain. You know, a journey of 1,000 miles. Start with one step. We're taking a step already, guys. So thank you and have a wonderful day. African World, Eric, Ned, Ken, Emmanuel, everybody that's always been on the show. Let's keep doing this. Let's hit the likes of support, get the shows. Let's keep pushing it. It's never going to stop to get the job done. Thank you guys. I appreciate your time on the show.
Thank you, brother. And safe journey home.
Thanks, Coco.
Thank you very much. Yo, thank you guys, Mohammed. Okay, nice hearing from you finally, though. Thank you guys. I appreciate it, guys.